Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this is Scottish Rite from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Scottish Rite. Some authorities call this the Ancient and Accepted Rite, but as the Latin constitutions of the order designate it as the Antiquus Scoticus Ritus Acceptus, or the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite, that title has now been very generally adopted as the correct name of the rite. Although one of the youngest of the Masonic rites, having been established not earlier than the year 1801, it is at this day most popular and the most extensively diffused. Supreme councils or governing bodies of the rite are to be found in almost every civilized country of the world, and in many of them it is the only Masonic obedience. The history of its organization is briefly this. In 1758, a body was organized at Paris called the Council of Emperors of the East and West. This council organized a rite called the Rite of Perfection, which consisted of 25 degrees, the highest of which was Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret. In 1761, this council granted a patent or deputation to Stephen Morin, authorizing him to propagate the rite in the Western continent, whither he was about to repair. In the same year, Morin arrived at the city of Santo Domingo, where he commenced the dissemination of the rite, and appointed many inspectors both for the West Indies and for the United States. Among others, he conferred the degrees on Moses M. Hayes, with the power of appointing others when necessary. Hayes accordingly appointed Isaac da Costa Deputy Inspector General for South Carolina, who in 1783 introduced the rite into that state by the establishment of a Grand Lodge of Perfection in Charleston. Other inspectors were subsequently appointed, and in 1801, a Supreme Council was opened in Charleston by John Mitchell and Frederick Dalcho. There is abundant evidence in the archives of the Supreme Council that up to that time the 25 degrees of the Rite of Perfection were alone recognized. But suddenly, with the organization of the Supreme Council, there arose a new rite, fabricated by the adoption of 8 more of the Continental Advanced degrees, so as to make the 33rd and not the 25th degree the summit of the rite. The rite consists of 33 degrees which are divided into 6 sections, each section being under an appropriate jurisdiction, and are as follows. 1. Symbolic Lodge. First, entered apprentice. Second, fellow craft. Third, master mason. These are sometimes called the blue or symbolic degrees. They are not conferred by the Scottish Rite in England, Scotland, Ireland, or in the United States, because the Supreme Councils refrain from exercising jurisdiction through respect to the older authority in those countries of the York and American Rite. 2. Lodge of Perfection. 4th, Secret Master. 5th, Perfect Master. 6th, Intimate Secretary. 7th, Provost and Judge. 8th, Intendant of the Building. 9th, Elu, or Elected Knight of the 9. 10th, Illustrious Elect, or Elu of the 15. 11th, Sublime Knight Elect, or Elu of the 12. 12th, Master Architect. 13th, Knight of the 9th Arch, or Royal Arch of Solomon. 14th, Grand Elect, Perfect and Sublime Mason, or Perfect Elu. 3. Chapter of Rose Croix. 15th, Knight of the East. 16th, Prince of Jerusalem. 17th, Knight of the East and West. 18th, Prince Rose Croix. 4. Council of Kadosh. 19th, Pontiff. 20th, Master of Symbolic Lodges. 21st, Noachaite or Prussian Knight. 22nd, Knight of the Royal Axe or Prince of Libanus. 23rd, Chief of the Tabernacle. 24th, Prince of the Tabernacle. 25th, Knight of the Brazen Serpent. 26th, Prince of Mercy. 27th, Knight Commander of the Temple. 28th, Knight of the Sun or Prince Adept. 29th, Scottish Knight of St. Andrew. 30th, Knight Kadosh. 5. Consistory of Sublime Princes or Masters of the Royal Secret. 31st, Inspector Inquisitor. 32nd, Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret. 6. Supreme Council. 33rd, Sovereign Grand Inspector General. The classification of the above degrees is as they are arranged in the southern jurisdiction. In the northern Masonic jurisdiction, the consistory grades begin at Pontiff the 19th and include the 32nd, Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret, and the Council of Princes of Jerusalem governs the 15th and 16th grades. Several of the titles of the degrees vary in their use by the Supreme Councils, but the above table covers most of these variations. The southern jurisdiction, for example, omits the word grand from the names of the 12th, 14th, 19th, 20th and 29th grades, and also uses Elu instead of the other designations, omits commander from the 31st, and specifies master in the 32nd. A full account of the rite is in Dr. Mackey's revised History of Freemasonry, but numerous details under individual headings are in the present work. See Educational Foundations. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe and comment, and if you can please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.